I was 5 and he was 6. We rode on horses made of sticks. He wore black and I wore white. He would always win the fight. Bang, bang, he shot me down. Bang, bang, I hit the ground. Bang, bang, that awful sound. Bang, bang, my baby shot me down. Seasons came and changed the time. When I grew up, I called him mine. He would always laugh and say, remember when we used to play? Bang, bang, I shot you down. Bang, bang, you hit the ground. Bang, bang, that awful sound. Bang, bang, I used to shoot you down. Music played and people sang. Just for me the church bells rang. Now he's gone, I don't know why. And till this day sometimes I cry. He didn't even say goodbye. He didn't take the time to lie. Bang, bang, he shot me down. Bang, bang, I hit the ground. Bang, bang, that awful sound. Bang, bang, my baby shot me down. Baby shot me down.
Oh yeah, happy Friday. I'm in a Kill Bill type of mood. How y'all doing? Ah, so got a few hours of sleep, barely. Coincidentally, my mother had insomnia a lot, and I know why she had insomnia a lot. She called it insomnia. I've been up working, and of course, I'm not going to have a problem with laying my head down and going to sleep for a few hours once I do, but I wanted to come and talk about stalkers, sick stalkers, in particular, family stalkers, people in your family stalking your social media, people in your family stalking your social media, teaming up with other stalkers to stalk your social media, you know, stuff like that is what I want to talk about this morning. And why they're doing it, various reasons as to why they're doing it, and what to do about it is what I want to talk about. Um it's really sad when you have people in your family hating on you. It's very, very sad. And a lot of the times when you have family stalkers that are doing things to harm you, and when you get to social media, they were already like that before you even came to social media. They was hating on you, plotting against you, which is why it's important, I think, for family to let you know that, hey, I watch your channel or I watch your social media. If they can't be honest about that, then I don't even know how to feel about that. I wouldn't even know how to feel about that. But, if you sort of had experiences with haters in your family, hating on your jobs, family is kind of difficult to keep things from them. I know a lot of people that are being gang stalked by their own family members. It's very sick. Unfortunately, there are some people in this world who has family that is obsessed with them. It could be for various reasons. You could be the black sheep of the family, or either you could be the golden girl or the golden boy of the family. Um, and they have this illusion that they have control over your life. And then what they will do is, when they feel as though they have lost this control that they never actually ever had, it gets worse. Now, what I have never seen before, but I guess, is professional stalkers. These are people that think because they've spoken to a family member that they somehow know you, or that they have the right to stalk you for the family member. Um, it's a very sick and creepy feeling to know that your own flesh and blood would try to hurt you, would try to hurt your children. I personally am the type of person to where anybody that tries to do any harm to my children gets put on my shit list. You know, it's very sad. They don't want you to spread your wings. They don't want you to fly. They don't. They don't want you to spread your wings, because during times where you possibly could be developing yourself, especially if you are a spiritualist, a witch, a healer, and your path is constantly being disrupted by these people, and they really think that they have a good bead on things, and they really think that you can't see them a lot of the times. You don't have to be psychic to be able to see them. You just know it's there because you know your experiences. And it's very sick and creepy. Only a sick person would even conform or contend with that. You'd have to really be very mentally ill to be doing that to your family member in the first place. But then anybody that would stalk a person for the family member is sicker, right? That's sicker, because basically it's an enabling that ends up happening. So yesterday I was really kind of irritated because it was obvious the attack, covert attack yesterday on a Thursday. A covert attack, and it's a feeling that you get, if it was not meant to be against you, you wouldn't have felt that. So of course, narcissistic people are always going to try to make you question your intuition and how you're feeling and what you're getting from what they're doing. Um, And I think that there are some people that really think that they have it figured out. Now, obviously, I personally don't feel that being a witch is that controversial. It's not. People can't run around you in circles constantly because guess what? You're still alive, aren't you? If witchcraft was really that dangerous, wouldn't you be gone off of this earth? These people wake up every single day perfectly able bodied. And instead of living life, they're stalking witches, you know, and they think that they have the spiritual right to do that, or that they have some kind of level of control. And it feels like a modern day slavery almost. Just yesterday when I was getting ready to go live and do my herb pulls, and see, this kept me up later. I would have been asleep hours ago had this not happened. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I was supposed to go live at 7. Someone else went live at 7 talking about something that I don't care about, right? Talking about people and a person that I don't care about. But I feel like that's the cover. You know, I'm gonna and I set up that show last night. Okay. So the show that I was gonna do, not a show, it was a live where I was gonna hang out. We were gonna like play around with some herbs and stuff. It would have been great. But no, let's try to sabotage it. Okay, is what this person was thinking. And I know that for a fact. The moment this person went live, probably about 15 to 20 minutes later, I felt a tremendous amount of shade and negativity. And um, so I ended up doing it later. I ended up getting my planetary herbs together. Is it really? Okay, Crafty Cat. Yeah. It's called the Modern Day Slavery Act today in Canada. Okay. Yeah, it's very bizarre how these people will watch you and center everything that they do around you. Some sick people in this world. I have a couple of sick people that are in my family, hate to say it. Uh, and all I got to say is that if you are a content creator on here and you're doing things at the behest of someone's sick family, you need to go and get some serious mental help, and get some spiritual help. And they need protection. Now, listen, I have protection. Okay. They need protection because anytime you are trying to be a person that is so disruptive to a person's energy, when I came into my witchy powers, I came into my healing powers. And I used to have a larger audience, and people would just be like, Jamila, your energy is so soothing. Your energy is so peaceful and so tranquil. And of course, they watch everything. They watch every comment. They're reading every comment. They're commenting on the commenters. They're commenting about the people in the chat. They're just freaking going crazy. And they were not going to be happy until they tried to ruin that. Now, keep in mind, I'm a witch. I don't go by the law of attraction. So, what these people are hoping is that they cause enough stench that it affects me. Oh, I want to go live at the same time with some BS that you're going to go live because I want to disrupt you. because I want to be disruptive and disrespectful towards you, you know? And, while at the same time, a full fledged smear campaign to try to sabotage me. And then not only that, try to sabotage who I am, the person that I am, the healer that I am, and then try to take and steal my identity. It's very bizarre. The little bits and pieces of it. It just it's sick. It is. Here's my whole thing about it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's constantly things being done to cause just this awkwardness, this weird social awkwardness surrounding a man. Listen, a man that doesn't have an invested interest on protecting children, well, he's a joke to me. A man that approves of children being stalked and harassed is a joke to me. And I am not connected to that person. In fact, I will do a Santa Muerta cord cutting in a New York minute. A man that's going live on a Thursday, talking about poverty would not be a man that I would be interested in. And I feel like there is this era of patriarchy that is being used at the same time. But every woman does not live and breathe and rest on a man. We just don't. And I felt like there was energy being pitted against me yesterday that was supposed to make me feel some type of way. So again, that right there will be karma. No, there will be karma for that because I just this tremendous amount of it was a mixture of desperation, hate, and stupidity. Three energies that I'm allergic to. And I wrote on my wall about an hour ago about who I am. And it just doesn't matter to these people. They are going to try to make it what they want it to be, no matter what. Even if it doesn't actually work. My mother used to tell me it doesn't matter where you live, you're still who you are. And she was right about that. I'm a healer. I'm a witch. I am who I am. Why are these people trying to change who I am? I'm never going to change. I'm never going to ever allow a man, no man, to change who I am. I'm never going to be in the company of people who would call a 12 or a 13-year-old child a whore. I'm never going to be in the company of people who, if a man is being inappropriate with their underage daughter, will I ever blame the daughter or my child. I'm never going to be that woman. I'm never going to be that desperate, low life did person. I'm never going to be that. I'm never going to be a rape or a pedophile apologist. I'm never going to be the type of person that covers up and backs up pedophiles in the family and allows them to touch on little kids and love them anyway. A man that does that or a woman that does that is going to always constantly be denied my love and my respect. Yeah, it's sick. And that's why I spoke out about it yesterday. Placing children in danger because of some sick game. And the thing of it is about me is that I am a witch. You're not going to get that over on me. And my mother wasn't a witch. Well, she was, but she didn't practice. Okay. In fact, when I picked up my besom, my mother picked up her Bible. And I don't really understand why, but she did. She was already being programmed to distrust her own daughter by her brother. I have a lot of things that I am totally not angry about, but just disgusted by. To continuously see this play out, it's disgusting to me. Makes no sense for me to have to do defensive magic against people in my own family. That makes no sense. Okay. And, when people see that you're getting somewhere in life, they'll try to sabotage you. I want to let people know that nobody can ever sabotage me energetically. You can try and you'll always fail because I am who I am. And you can't change who I am. Even if you want to really, really, really bad, even if you stay focused on it 24 hours per day, it's still not going to change it. I feel very comfortable on YouTube. I still don't feel awkward. I still don't feel socially awkward. I've never been a socially awkward person. I've never been that way. I've always been able to speak to people easily. I'm not a shy person, you know. And it just it's the fact that people keep going and going and going. My question is why when you know it's never going to work. It's never going to work. It's never going to change me energetically. It's never going to change who I am. You can never make me this person that you want me to be. I can only be me. And I'm constantly protecting my energy. You know, when I woke up yesterday morning, I kind of felt where the day was going to go. And I'm very good at doing that because I felt like this little twinge of achiness below my rib. And I was like, oh, I could feel it. And of course, I got up, I got my coffee, I stretched, and, I felt better as the day went on. But then at the last minute, here we go, you know. Um, do you think you're going to change anything? Is what I want to ask the stalkers. I want to ask every single stalker, do you really think, like I do realize that there are people that have been stalked And they have driven people crazy before. I can tell I can tell you that you ain't gonna never drive me crazy. I got too much Mercury in my chart, I think. You can't drive me crazy. You can't. Okay. My chart is filled with Mercury. And that makes me a huge threat because Mercurians normally have a lot of control over their own mind. And I think that that's what makes me a threat. Here's my Mercury. I'm on the cusp of Gemini and Cancer. Then I have a Virgo moon. Then I have Mercury in three different spots in my chart. It's too much Mercury in my chart for you to do that. It is. It's too much of it. I've got way too much of it. And it's good for me. It is. I've got a lot of Gemini in my chart, a lot. I am the ultimate Gemini, the ultimate, because it's all in my chart. It's not just Gemini, it's Mercury, period. And then, and so I have a great chart. Like when you look at my chart, like the actual diagram of it is beautiful, it's gorgeous. Why are people trying to change things? And then, see, here's a bit even better question. Why do men think that they have the power to do that? It's an illusion. It's ridiculous. And especially being that you've put my children in danger. I don't think people quite understand that. I don't know if it was because early on, there was some dysfunction that was displayed within other people in my family. That's not me. I'm actually very, very protective of my children. I would never give them over to some man that's going to hurt them ever. And I've never done that. I've never cared so much about the love of any man, not even my father. I would literally get into a sword fight with my father, the man that actually created me, well, physically, earth father. I would get into a sword fight with him over my children, over my offspring. That's the way every parent should be. And it doesn't matter if you think, well, all your children were born out of wedlock, so they're bastards anyway. Well, you just gonna be leaving those bastards alone, ain't you? I'm very strong in my convictions. And I'm willing to be alone and to not be accepted because I would rather do what is right within my heart than to be accepted by people like that. I'd rather wait for people that will accept and understand me than to need somebody right then and there. And see, you got to understand, I'm also an only child. So I didn't grow up with siblings. This makes me a triple threat. And I'm not saying that people that have siblings are weak. It just so happens that with all that Mercury in my chart, and then the fact that I grew up, literally by myself, I don't get lonely. I don't get lonely and sad. I don't, I can block you on Facebook Messenger and not think about you. I can like I've done it so many times. Do you think that the more and the more and the more that you reinforce this, that this is going to change this for me? You think it's going to change? It's not ever going to change. I just don't understand why people just won't accept this. Why? Then I have a double Venus. My Venus is in Taurus. My moon sign is in Virgo, which means that I'm about my business. My double Venus, then my North Node has a Venus in it too. My North Node is in Libra. So it's a who I am literally makes me unbreakable. Literally. And when you know someone is unbreakable, do you continue to try to break them? No, you don't. Especially if they're a witch. No, I'm not saying that women that are not witches are breakable. No. Okay. But I'm saying that when you're dealing with a witch, you really got some problems because that witch is going to sit back and say, this person is trying to disconnect me from who I am. So I've got to do something about that. And then what do? They play victim. Oh, she's so horrible and evil. Why am I? I'm not trying to change who you are. I don't try to change people. You go and even people that obviously need change, you go over there and you be you as long as you do it away from me. Makes sense. And love is never a weakness for me. It's not. Just because I love someone doesn't mean I'm going to be weak for them. Just because I love someone doesn't mean that I'm going to be weak minded. I'm still going to be me, regardless if I have love feelings for you or whatever. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And the karma that's going to come from the universe, it's not gonna, it's not God, it's called the universe. The karma, you continuously try to disrupt me from being a healer because that's exactly what I am. Yes, I am a witch, and a lot of us witches are healers. We are. Let me tell you something. I'm multifaceted, okay? Because I'm a Cancer. So that means what? I'm going to defend myself. That's what that means. Then my Uranus was in retrograde when I was born. So I'm constantly seeking that individuality, that voice within myself so that I can be understood. And I'm constantly dealing with people that are trying to paint a picture of who I am and they don't really know me. And I doubt that those people actually really know themselves. I have a really, really, really I'm very impatient with ignorant adults. I know how to separate the two. I feel like when we're grown, you should know better. You should know better. You should know how to behave like an adult. You should be more respectful than that, shouldn't you? Now, why is it that? Here's what I want y'all to ponder for a second. Why is it that the moment you go into social media, your family, not all of them, but family members all of a sudden turn into weird stalkers? They were always weird. That's why. They were never actually on your side. Will come and try to make a complete mess while they make a fool of themselves, family or friends. foes, actually, fake friends who try to paint a picture of you. And then at the same time, trying to set you up to have harm done to you and the people that you love. And now, is that about me? No. Is that a problem? Does that mean that it's Jamila? No, it's not. It's those people. We all know that. The thing of it is that, listen, I am never going to allow anybody to harm me, my children, my grandchildren, or anybody that is under my watch. It's never going to happen. I'm going to search inward, outward, upward, and downward into the outer realms to make sure that the people that I love are not affected. Now, I'm going to say this to these stalkers on here. Y'all are freaking everybody out, and you're trying to make it seem like it's my fault, and it's not, because we're going on the 10th year of me saying, stop. I am going to ask you nicely for the last time to stop. Now, last night, I felt like a little twinge of, mm, it almost felt like some kind of feeding or something, like somebody was trying to feed off of me or some craziness, right? And I put a stop to that, because um, yesterday, and especially on a Thursday, my healing energies are up to the hilt. I'm manifesting healing energies constantly, especially on a Thursday. Funny how weird things are always happening on a Thursday. I felt some type of way, but then I started feeling great, because the thing of it is that stalkers and liars and frauds don't deserve that energy. They may even feel entitled to it. Well, I went through this and I went through that and I was traumatized and you did this and you did that. I gave you the same courtesies that you gave to me. But in 2024, I'm not dealing with that. And I ain't going nowhere. I'm not leaving this earth and I'm not leaving social media. So, what are we about this? We've had people come on here and claim that they're healers and claim that they healed somebody and it made them sick, which is a lie. An authentic healer is not going to heal somebody and it make them sick. Listen, I can't really discuss all of the healing. I can't. Healing is something that people they're just like, they're kind of standoffish about healing, because they instantly start to think about cancer, diseases, HIV, sexually transmitted diseases. They think about things that are not curable. But when I say I'm a healer of many things. I'm not going to come on here and claim what I can heal people from. I'm not going to do that. What I do know is that I refuse to allow people that are trying to literally glamour people into thinking that I'm something that I'm not. And then not only that, trying to pretend to be me. That these people have single-handedly ran people off of my channel. This is how desperate and hateful they are. And they try to make it seem like it's about me. When in reality, if you go back and you look at my videos and you look at the views, like the very same person that was trying to sabotage me last night is the one that flagged my channel in 2020. Now he wants to pretend that he's a man. Listen, I can only go by my perception because my perception is what reality is. I don't see him as a man at all. I don't. Trying to get along with child abusers doesn't make you a man. Let's put it all out there in the open. Abusing children, abusing women does not make you a man. Some men may think that wholeheartedly, but that's not the case with everybody. Why not go find you somebody that likes that type of attention from a man? I don't like that type of attention from a man. If a man calls me a bitch, he's going to get hexed. So I'm not the type of woman to do that. And then we also got to think that these are men that are trying to reduce women to just a play toy or something. And I'm not a toy to be played with whatsoever. I'm not. Let me grab my thing right here. So I just, and I'm gonna say for their sake, stop making a fool of yourself in social media. That's all you're doing is making a fool of yourself. Cause I know how to keep your energy where it needs to be. Trust me on that. This is not the year for it. In fact, a lot of these people should have been done moved on with their lives in 2020. This is an extended 4 extra years of bullcrap and stalking, covert harassment. And you're trying to change something that you have no control over. You can't change who I am. You can't change it. You can't make anything happen to me. You can't stop anything, right? You can't do harm. So why even try it? And that's the thing. People will try you. Don't try me. This ain't the year to be trying people because this is going to be a year of hell for these people. And you know what? They'll take away from it. They'll take away from it playing victim. And we all know that they will. When the lesson gets learned, okay? When the lesson gets learned, it just is what it is. And please understand that I don't crave the attention of a large group of people. That's not who you're dealing with. I don't crave acceptance from people. You can't change that. I'm definitely not the people pleasing type of personality. You know what? And when I say that, what I mean is a person that will do whatever they think people want them to do. I ain't like that. I do what's right within my heart, right? Of course, I'm not going to make a social situation awkward by bringing up something that's inappropriate at the time. I'm not going to be sitting there having a conversation with one of my friends and bring up something that they did. And it's like, what? You would have no friends if you just constantly, made everything awkward at every moment. It don't work that way. So this is the reason why people shy away from people like that. Oh, I remember when such and such happened, and remember that. No, actually, I'm trying to forget about that. No, no, I don't remember that. I don't want to sit and rehash mistakes that I've made over and over again, because that's not what mistakes are for. Mistakes are meant to be made to teach a person something. And I am a teacher as well. Why are people trying to change that? I am a teacher of magic. Why are you trying to change that? Why? And I got to tell you, I'm the Bruce Lee of magic. And I do have some of that Jap in my blood. I have Japanese ancestors. They're very precise, like a samurai warrior. So, I would like to see an improvement so that everybody can relax. This group of stalkers, I know that they make y'all feel uncomfortable. I know, and they know that they make people feel uncomfortable. They make people feel uncomfortable. They make people feel sad for the world. At a time where we are dealing with, as a nation, the most evil happening, these people are bringing evil, more evil, and saying, Jamila, 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 as if I have something to do with it. They're not making me feel uncomfortable. They're making the YouTube community feel uncomfortable with their behaviors. Is this not the truth? When I lash out at them for attacking my children that I love very much, and see, then that's when my energy has to go dark and dank, and I don't like it, and nobody else does. People want to see my healing side. People want to come and hang out, and they want to discuss herbs. I had a whole thing planned yesterday. I was going to burn lavender and mugwort and send those frequencies out. Didn't do any of that. We'll do it later on today though. Okay, when I'm well rested. Stop making people feel uncomfortable with the things that you're talking about. You're talking about things that make people feel uncomfortable. And it's not just that you're talking about things that make people feel uncomfortable. Your intention, that we all can see very clearly, is making people uncomfortable. And then at the same time, you're saying that you know me and you're connecting yourself with me. That makes people feel uncomfortable. If you were to find something else to do on youtube.com or in social media, then you would no longer be making people feel uncomfortable. People are interested in what I have to say in these spiritual advice. People are interested in that. What did they do? They flagged my channel long term, got this channel blacklisted. You should be ashamed of yourselves for doing that. Now you're trying to distract people from this beautiful full moon in Cancer. And if you don't feel comfortable with witchcraft or what we're talking about, then why don't you take an exit? Because you feel uncomfortable, you feel that you have the right to make other people feel uncomfortable when they feel very comfortable with what I'm talking about. The few people that watch me on YouTube, they feel very comfortable. That last full moon that we had in Cancer was beautiful. It was amazing. I can already feel it. I've already started working with the full moon in Cancer. I'm loving it. It's beautiful. It's healing. It's soothing. It gives you a sense of security. It provides security and love and warmth. Why are you trying to make people feel insecure? Why are you trying to make people feel uncomfortable? And then trying to directly connect yourself with me. So that means that you know that the people that watch me are very empathic, but their gifts are a little chaotic. Why would you do that to people? Why would you purposely try to confuse people? Why? Because you don't believe in that? Well, if you don't believe in that, too bad. I'm not forcing people to believe in it. They just believe in it. But then you make them feel uncomfortable. And you know you've made people feel uncomfortable. I've got empaths right now that need healing, long term healing, because empaths are some of the most misunderstood people. And I got to deal with grown people acting like children in social media. And you know, my spirits are not going to let you put too much weight on me like that. That's too much weight. That's too much weight. I don't deserve that. I've got videos that I did yesterday that I'm nervous about uploading. I was outside foraging and I did a good burn yesterday. And you got people that are outside burning things and you don't even know what you're burning it for. We've got Imbolc coming up, which is all about fire. Imbolc and Beltane, both of those are going to be fire rituals. Why are you trying to distract from that so much? With revenge porn and videos of mentally ill old men. Hmm? Why are you trying to do that? You have no reason. Being a healer has never hurt me. In fact, I rarely get sick. Rarely. But I know that and I will share this personal little tidbit. My son is turning 11. I'm not even going to bring that up. Mm-mm. I got some important stuff going on with my kiddos, you know what I'm saying? And they know that you know that you're not going to change anything. So why even keep trying? The question of the day that they will have to ponder. And there's certain times of the month, and then my telepathy keeps getting stronger and more powerful to where if you speak my name, I'm going to hear it. But what my spirits are doing right now is they are blocking that out. They're blocking out the static. They're blocking out people that I don't need to hear. Okay. Because I can hear it, I can sense it. When you talk to people for hours on the phone about Jamila, and you say Jamila and you say Shani and Jamila and Shani, you know, I can hear those things. I can sense those things. It's not a auditory hallucination. It's just a sixth sense. So my spirits right now, they're gonna just let you sit for hours and obsess over Jamila and make plans and plots against Jamila. And I don't have to hear it unless it's gonna have some kind of devastating effect, to where if it's a danger. Okay. You're dealing with people with spiritual gifts, and I have many of them. I was born this way, and I can't change. And no, I am not crazy. I think people that try to say that spiritually gifted people are crazy, I think they're jealous. And yeah, I just so happen to be a witch that has these extra gifts because every witch doesn't have that, you know? You know what I'm saying? So stop making people feel uncomfortable. You're grossing people out here. Photoshop pictures of me looking like I'm dead in the bathtub and weirdness. You're making people feel uncomfortable. And I'm sorry if you guys have been chatting. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Okay. You're making people feel uncomfortable. And you're trying your damnedest to scapegoat on me. But if it doesn't work on me, if you can't change my mind, you're not changing anybody else's. My mind is set. Pretending that you're stalking someone else, It's not going to work. I don't care about petty stuff like that. You know, if somebody wants to hang around with people that do god awful, disgusting, deplorable things, that's their choice. That's their cross to bear, isn't it? Hello, Natasha, Pierre, Crafty Cat, and 1EQL. Hello, how are y'all? Good morning. It's not YouTube, it's those people. Y'all are making YouTube a very unpleasant place. Y'all are doing that. And you know what? There are a lot of people that get up and they go to work every morning. Now I will tell you that, the type of stuff that they are involved with, only somebody that is either unemployed, not employable, a drug addict, or either somebody that is mentally incapacitated or something, somebody that's probably a diabolical person or a criminal would be entertained by this stuff that y'all are doing. Most people that are on YouTube, after a hard day's work for me at my company that I created, I like to go look at videos of kittens. I like to look at cooking videos, comedy videos. Nobody wants to go to work all day and come home and feel uncomfortable and sad. People, they pretty much they work every day of their lives, and they just want to come in home and relax. They've already had their stress factors for the day. They've already had to do a lot of critical thinking. They've already, people want to unwind and let loose and decompress. Attacking children, cursing each other out. I know I did a little bit of cussing yesterday too, and I hate that. And it was necessary. Okay. But nobody actually wants to hear that. Nobody. They don't even want to, they especially don't want to hear it from me. They're like, oh Lord, they done got to Jamila. Nobody want people like for me to be the healing witch that I am. Even though a lot of y'all, when I come on here and I show y'all curses and stuff that I do on people, y'all enjoy that too. Because a curse is very therapeutic. It is. A hex on somebody that ain't no good, that's doing the most, is very therapeutic and healing, isn't it? Because basically, a curse to me is the same thing as a reversal. You know, it's got to be justified. It does. So, that's all I'm saying. Okay. I'd like to see better days on YouTube, is what I'd like to see. People are already going through enough, point where I want to offer to the world something good. Why don't these people want to offer something to the world that's good? And if you're going to continue to do that, stop saying Jamila, because Jamila has nothing to do with that. People are kind of like, it's mind boggling. It's kind of like, no, the whole thing with those people, it just sounds like no. It's just no. That's just no, 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 no. So, that's just what that is. Okay. And anyway, that's my little Friday morning conversation. You're not going to change anything. You can't change me. You can't change my circumstances. You can't stop me from not getting a lake house. I'm sorry. You can't stop me from getting a lake house. I've been doing slips lately. You can't not make me not you can't make me not get a lake house. You can't do that. And I know for a fact that there was a man that had an exact intention on trying to make me look bad by associating with a person that just sent defacts to my house on a false report because I spoke to this person about it. The first time I ever told him, let me tell y'all the story. I didn't tell him about it last month, didn't mention it to him or the internet. Told him about it a few days ago, told them about how scary the experience was, and he immediately went live to try to front like he was talking about somebody else with the very same person that did that to my family. So he did it purposely. He wanted to make me feel uncomfortable. I guess that's his way of proving that he's a man. I don't it's still very confusing. Um, this is the reason why I'm the type of woman that depends on myself and not a man. If you were my husband, I would be very embarrassed by your behavior and ashamed. But you're not my husband. Never have been. I don't have a husband. I'm single. It just is what it is. So that's pretty much what I said. I am single. I am celibate. I I listen, I've got to no. If I ever were to not become single and celibate, it would be with a man that protects children, all children. It would be with a good Samaritan. It would be with somebody that doesn't hang around the most disgusting, deplorable people that I've ever seen in my life. That's the reality of it. A man that I'm in love with could never hang around somebody that purposely tried to harm children. A man that I'm in love with can't be a stalker. He can't hang around stalkers. Okay? And people need to quit automatically connecting me with that person because Jamila don't have nothing to do with that. Okay? It's embarrassing. It's utterly embarrassing. It's not embarrassing to me, it's embarrassing to that person. I am not cool with somebody that for years and years and years and months and months and months are posting photographs of a person back to back all day, every day. Yeah, we can assume that that person is mentally ill, but mental illness has nothing to do with morals. There are a lot of mentally ill people, they still have morals. So mental illness has nothing to do with it. This is a person that sat there day after day, after day, after day, posting to me back to back. And you're cool with this person. So then that makes you guilty by association. I don't want that to have anything to do with my image because I'm disgusted by it. Somebody that can call defects and lie to them while taking actual time and attention away from children that actually need help. I can imagine that somewhere in Georgia, there's a child that hasn't probably eaten in days and days and days and days and days, purposely being neglected. While these people take away attention from those children that actually need help. I don't respect you. Trust me, if I ever needed food, I'm going to get it. I got way too many sisters and clients and all of that. We will always have something to eat in this home. And yes, clothing and shoes, those things cost money. Those things cost money. My children needed clothes for the winter. Why would you come and try to purposely be a distraction and make people feel uncomfortable and harass me? Why? Because you want me to go and get on welfare? Is that what you said? See, to me, a real man doesn't try to push a woman into the welfare line. That's a demon of poverty 3.0. A real man gets up every day and goes to work. That's what a real man does. He doesn't harass women in social media trying to constantly get their attention. Or either trying to embarrass them. That's not what real men do. That's my perception of reality. Your perception of reality might be being an unemployed male sitting around the internet all day yelling and screaming at women online. Hey, do you just don't do it towards me. And I've never been for the streets. I've always had jobs consistently since I was 16 years of age. You can't change that. I didn't have my first child until I was 23. Worked from the time I was 16 all the way up until starting my company. And I had an unemployed male online telling me that I've just always been on welfare. And I'm like, what? Why are you trying to make people feel uncomfortable? You're saying these things purposely to make people feel uncomfortable. You're trying to rewrite my history. It's very bizarre. And then they'll say, oh, your family member. Who? Say their names. Say their names. Say their names. So anyway, guys, um, I wonder if that video ever uploaded to the Witch's Broom channel. I'll check on it later on today. Pretty sure that it's probably still uploading. I did manage to get all of my planetary herbs together, which I'm very proud of myself. Even though like I just was like, eh, but I pushed myself to do it. And the first one that I did was Jupiter, Venus, Pluto, and then I did Mars. So anyway, I uploaded it to TikTok. By the way, I'm starting a brand new TikTok that I will not be advertising from my old TikTok or on YouTube, because the moment I went over to TikTok, my TikTok was growing very fast. And these people that like to make people feel uncomfortable came over to TikTok to purposely try to sabotage my TikTok. So I'll have another TikTok that these people won't be able to get to. because they won't know about it. Just like I have to have, that doesn't even make any sense. I literally have to have a YouTube channel that these people don't know anything about. That's bizarre to me. Is the summer the best time for planetary solar cleanse, and how will this benefit us as your client, Sissy? No, the summertime is not the best time. In fact, I am advising people to get ready prior to the first Mercury retrograde this year, which will be April the 1st. Do not wait till the summer to get a cleanse. Do not wait till the summer to start working on your planetary stuff. Do it all prior to that, because Mercury is going to go into retrograde in April. And then, which one of those I put it up on the Witch's Broom channel, I believe it. Yeah. All of the planets, with an exception of Venus. Venus is not going to have any retrograde this year, which actually I wish that it did, because even though, like, the retrograded planets can seem a little scary, it's actually an opportunity to sort of reconcile things from the past. However, if you were born with planets in retrograde, that can pose as a problem, because that becomes a part of your birth chart. It's basically the way my spirit see it, because I'm not an astrologist, okay? But the way my spirit see it is that it's a part of that self-care of knowing self. Retrograde meaning that those energies were not necessarily present at that time, which could, it's a part of you, right? Just like a person that was born with Jupiter in retrograde possibly feels as though they just have a lot of bad luck, because Jupiter is the planet of good luck and abundance. Okay, so yeah. What are the difference between planetary cleanse and a regular cleanse? Um, I don't really call it planetary cleanse anymore. It's just a regular cleanse, and then we do the planetary work. I mean, you can I mean, your chakras are connected to the planets, okay? Your chakras are connected to the planets, but it's not necessarily a planetary cleanse, but it's they're both the same thing basically. The only difference is that we're doing the retrograde planet jars. Now, there is another working that I'm going to be offering that will pretty much have the entire universe in one bottle, but which is very different from the retrograde witch bottle that I'm offering. And it is amazing. It really is. I've noticed that it's helped me to balance quicker. It's been helping me bounce back quicker from certain things. I have to wait until, cuz I have my 90% rubbing alcohol will be here on Saturday. And I wish that I could have got it sooner than that, but it's not going to be here till Saturday, unfortunately. So I'm just basically getting all of the petitions written out. And, I don't want to use just water in it, because water will cause the herbs to mold, which is why I'm using alcohol. And I'm thinking if I mix it like 50-50-50, that will keep the herbs preserved longer. So, yeah, you're welcome. It's not about what people do. It's just about what's meant to be. It's just about fate. I think that I was trying to put it all together as far as with the planetary cleanses, and I really didn't get a lot of clarity until I started working with Vepar, and was somewhere between Vepar and Nibarius. So, and then, that was kind of when I, was like, had that light bulb moment, because it was so much stuff, so much. And, it just, so much going on, so much. I think that if, no, I'm not gonna say that. Everything happens for a reason, and it's called divine timing. But I can tell you that this particular jar is friggin' amazing. I'm gonna make another one for myself because the one that I did doesn't actually have the alcohol in it. Um, it's got to have some kind of preservative, because what will happen is that when you use just water, it kind of causes the herbs to degrade and mold and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hmm. So, yeah. So, that's just what that is, okay? Anyway, that's pretty much it. What I wanted to say. Please stop trying to make people feel uncomfortable. Stop trying to make young witches think that they're going to go through all of this, because they're not. They're trying to use me as an example. Well, I'll never be a poster child for your crud. And I have to say this as a witch. I don't care if no man ever wants or respects me. It just is what it is. I'll die alone. Like I said, Kevin Samuels, dying alone is not the worst thing in the world. But we all know that ain't gonna happen to most of us. Okay. So it was this whole thing about, oh, if I would never violate my convictions or my beliefs just so that I can have a man. I'm not that type of woman. Okay. And no, I don't respect a bunch of men who have made women single mothers who come around the internet and judge those single mothers. I can't. I have a low tolerance for stupid adults. Let's just put it like that. Sorry, y'all. I'm lighting up my jars and stuff. I have a low tolerance for dumb adults. I do. Because that's just dumb. Okay. So, anyway, I gotta go. I just wanted to say that. Make sure, because this channel has just been turned into, just I don't even want to know. I feel like I do need to be heard, though, because I feel like there are people that are trying, anytime you're a woman and you feel like a man is trying to speak for you, that's just disgusting. I don't need a man to speak for me. I don't need anybody to speak for me or to try to represent me in some kind of way. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't feel comfortable at all with them trying to normalize what they're trying to normalize. And I spoke about it in an earlier live that y'all can go look at. They're trying to normalize that behavior. It'll never be normalized for me. Not ever. Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all have a happy Friday. I know I'm going to. And I am available. Okay. I don't have anybody booked for today. I know that people, I mean, like goodness gracious. When I heard somebody talking about that, they said, "You're not booked, and No, but why are you worried about my bookings? Why are you worried? What in the get a life? And will purposely come on here and display ignorant, foul behavior, hoping, hoping that it will make someone else look bad. I'm not your mother. If anybody, you'd be making your mother look bad. Okay, guys, I gotta go. I'll see you guys later. Okay. Link to my website is below in the video description box. Blessings. Bye bye. Thank you for coming, guys. Hit that thumbs up also. Okay.